Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy. How you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Well, I'm not Billy Schwein. Mike, are you Billy Schwein?
I'm definitely not Billy Schwein.
Well, Billy is on his way. Billy does have a personal thing he's dealing with. He'll be right back in just a few minutes. But right now, we're starting the show. Josh Henning along with Mike Carlin, or as Billy's basketball guru, Mike.
Sometimes I hate them.
You hate that
I
nickname?
just want to be a regular person.
You just want to be a
God
guy?
forbid if you say something wrong. God forbid if you say the Sixers are going to win and they don't win, or they're going to lose and they don't.
Well, we got a lot to
get. We're all just fans here.
We have a lot to get to this hour in the locker room. In the next 2 hours here on 97.3 ESPN. We want to hear from you guys out there. The text board is open at 609-403-0973. I mean, I already see Jeff from Ocean City chiming in on the text board. Chomping we'll let the text board load up because we got a lot of Sixers to talk about this hour, Mike. And yes, Dave Sharapan, the sportsbook consigliere, will join the show in about 30 minutes from now. Billy will hopefully be back from dealing with whatever he's dealing with. He had to step out of the studio for a moment. But right now, Mike, Sixers, Celtics, Game 7. The time is tomorrow, 3:30 tip-off here on 97.3 ESPN. Your first reaction Saturday morning, Sixers, Celtics, Game 7 is what?
A little bit of trouble.
Little bit of trouble. Why is that?
I don't think it's a blowout either way. I just think I'm one of those guys with momentum. And I think the way Boston came back to win that game with the momentum was, we got to stop everything as we talk here. The leader has just walked into
I told the audience he'd be back in here in just a few minutes.
The leader is here, so I'll just keep talking until he gets ready. Billy is in the house. But I'm a momentum guy. And I think the way the Boston came back and won that game, when we literally, with 5 minutes left, we thought we had that game. And then it just started slipping away. They're getting on that plane. They're going home. They're happy. They're home now. They're going to have
But the Sixers have won twice on their floor.
Again, to me, that's in the past. I think Boston will be ready for this game. And again, close. Could the Sixers win this game because of that, Josh? Absolutely. But you asked me what I think, my gut feeling. I think it's a close game, but I think Boston sneaks.
Now, you just said something, Mike. You said, I think the Celtics will be ready for this game. Are you suggesting the Sixers won't be as ready as Boston?
No, I think Doc will have them ready. And like you said, they've proven they've already won in Boston now twice. The win 3 is going to be a lot. I don't think Tatum's going to have the kind of game he had before.
Well, here's the reason I'm asking. Because the Sixers shot 36% from the field. And I heard Joe Fortenbaugh, who's a local guy from the Philadelphia area last night on ESPN radio. He's the betting guy from Vegas. He said, I never thought in my life I see an NBA team shoot 36% from the field. And here we are after that. So couldn't you argue if the Sixers don't miss as many shots, they could have won, right?
They should have won that game.
So then if they should have won that game, couldn't you argue that if they shoot at least 42% from the field tomorrow afternoon, they'll be in it to the end?
That's why I said it's going to be a very close game. I just said if I had to put money down, the money line for me would be Boston's going to win this game at home, only because it's home.
See, I'm about to ask Sharapan what he thinks coming up in about 30 minutes, but I'll tell you this, and I don't know how many Billy probably knows better off the top of his head than I do, but I mean, I feel like Sharapan always says when the number looks weird, you got to go against it. And I think that number, Sixers +7 at most of the books, is way too much. I feel like this entire series, the odds makers have been wrong about every single game.
Well, you talked about the shooting, the 3-point shooting for the last game. Boston was at 43%. Sixers were at 24%. Okay, you look at some of the stats. Al Horford was 0 for 2. I don't think he'll be 0 for 2. Tatum, we know what he was like. He was 4 for 11 until the last 4 minutes of the game.
Right.
He was great. But when we go down to the Sixers, you look at Harden was 0 for 6 for 3. He was 4. Remember I kept saying when we need Harden this year, we can't have a game where you're 3 for 13 or 4 for 6. And he's had now twice.
But you know what makes the Harden thing worse that
16.
bothers me, Mike? And, I know we jokingly say you're the basketball guru, but let's be realistic. You don't have to be a former basketball coach to know this.
No.
You can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I don't understand this thing with Harden, where it's like, he even said after the game, I was forcing it. I was looking for the foul. Well, why? Just pass the ball. How does Embiid get no shots for 4 minutes? Why does Harden think at any point, like, for example, I know when I played sports, I had to play point guard, partly because I'm shorter than half the guys. But when I played sports, the idea is that you're walking down the court and you're like, okay, I got to run the offense. Okay, I got to get to my best player. Like, you're thinking through all these things in that 8 seconds from catching the ball off the inbound to walking up the court. So it's like, in what reality does Harden think that in the moment, anything he did made sense? And that's what frustrates me.
Well, I'll tell you, right after the game, where my mind was still on the game, I wrote off 10 things that I thought were just crucial about the game.
We got 10 things.
I'll say really quick. You ready?
It is 10 o'clock in the morning.
Joe Embiid didn't touch the ball from 4 minutes left in the game on.
Unacceptable.
Okay. Harden, 0 points in the fourth quarter. Harris, 2 points for the whole game. Doc, no timeouts at the end when it counted. I've been saying all along we're playing 5-on-3. Another game we played 5-on-3.
Can I just jump real quick to 5-on-3? What made that worse to me, PJ Tucker was having a good game offensively. Why is he out of the game and Harris and Melton are in, who neither one of them are making shots?
That's one of my things. Listen, Boston, everybody can score when they're on the field, the court. Okay, everybody can score. We can't.
Mike's already looking forward to Eagles
Boston playing
season.
at home the next game. Philly, 13 points in the fourth quarter. How are you going to win a game in the NBA with that? With 4 minutes left, Tatum just took over. Okay. And that's a true star, Billy. And the last one, if you caught, with 1:31 left, why is Tucker coming in for Maxey when you're only down 8 points? Why? I didn't understand that.
Well, guys,
we're down 8.
I got to tell you guys, coming in, I'm back here in the saddle, and I appreciate you guys covering for me. While I was at a very good friend of mine had a service. He passed away, and I had to go pay my respects. And I'll tell you, it's tough when you see the family. I held up pretty well. I didn't think I was going to. But, guys, you guys are a little bit I'm mad. I'm really mad at the effort. Right? What I tell you last night, Mike, I said, usually I come in here with a lot of stats and I come in here with a lot of stuff. Today I'm going off all emotion because what I saw the other night was a disgrace. Game 6. And I wrote this on 97.3 ESPN.com. Josh edited it. He did a great, wonderful job doing it. But describing how I felt, it was a beautiful day. All the stars were in line. The Eagles' schedule came out. Game 6, a golden opportunity for the team to win. And they came out flat. They didn't play, and they didn't play an inspired game. Who cares about the stats? It was the effort with the body language. Mike, am I wrong?
No.
Josh, am I wrong?
I'm letting you go off.
I said that it's to Josh last night. Yeah, okay, we all know about Embiid didn't show up in the fourth quarter, and he was complaining he didn't get the ball. Yeah, we know all about James Harden. He's very inconsistent. One game you'll get 45, the next game you'll get 10 or whatever, 17. Tobias Harris, in my mind,
2 points.
Are you kidding me? Now, Josh is trying to walk me off the ledge by saying it's not his fault. Why are you focusing on him? Because when you get a max contract, and no matter what the reason was,
and this time of year,
you're getting 2 points out of that.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what role players do? They step up when your stars can't. Right? Am I wrong, Josh? Don't role players step up when your big guns don't have it?
They do, but I will. Like I told you on the phone, I'll repeat it again here. And Mike, you can chime in if you think what I'm saying is valid or not. You're allowed to disagree with me. This is the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Right. We're by the water cooler.
ESPN. I just think that what I saw on Thursday night, I was so unhappy with Harden and Embiid that the rest of the team, outside of Maxey, Maxey had a decent game, honestly. But the rest of the team, I feel like I just pushed them.
So all your ire was directed at those two guys.
Yes.
And everybody else is just a sideshow.
Joel Embiid is the league MVP, and James Harden is a former league MVP. And I've been told, I mean, you guys know me. I've complained about it for years. Oh, James Harden's got a high basketball IQ. He's so smart, blah, blah, blah. Well, how in the biggest moment of a closeout game do you play like a junior high school player who's never played basketball before?
It's amazing to me. And, Mike, it was a golden opportunity for the Sixers. They missed it.
Just end it. End it right now.
End it. Just end it, but they didn't. All right, we got a great show lined up today. Of course, at the bottom of the hour,
it's great to have Billy Schwein in the locker room.
Some emotion, some enthusiasm in here because,
I mean, for goodness sake, Billy hasn't even shaved for a week.
Yeah. Well, by the way, guys, full disclosure, it's my fault the Sixers didn't win Sunday, and I'm going to tell you why. After the break. It's all my fault. I'm going to accept responsibility, Josh, for the loss, and I'm going to explain why.
I can't wait to hear this.
All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. By the way, not only are we going to talk about the Sixers today, we're going to talk about the Phillies, and the Eagles schedule came out. So we're going to get it all in. We got 2 hours to do it. Let's roll. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, the shortest center city, and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Of course, you give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, New Jersey, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials, open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. When you get down there, say hello to Kim and Renee, the bartenders. They do a great job. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts. Live music every Friday night. If you want to book a private party, give my good friend Dave Lavari a call at 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Henning, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers Celtics Game 7 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Tatum, outside right, 5 to shoot, fires for 3, ball game. A 3-point shot.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. The Sixers are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia Star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, construction projects, or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, my basketball guru, Josh Henry, my good buddy. And of course, today's show is dedicated to my very good friend who just passed away, Gary Bondano. We'll be getting together later on with family and friends down at Gregory's. Guys, it's all my fault that the Philadelphia 76ers lost on Thursday night, and the reason is it's my fault because the games 5 and 6, or games 4 and 5, I bet I am the worst. I am not meant to have money,
right?
So if I'm a jinx. So, and I explained this to the sportsbook consigliere several times on the show. If I bet, and I'm not talking a $5, $10, but I'm talking if I put something down significant, like to me, anything above $50 is significant, right? So game 4, I lose 100, well worth it. Game 5, I lose 50. I have nothing in my account. I couldn't bet the other night.
Who did you like? I
really believe that the Sixers. I felt.
Good.
Look, Mike.
I said they were going to win.
Prior to Game 6, I felt really good. Like leading up to the game, I think that they had Boston. I think was. I don't want to say underestimating the Philadelphia 76ers, but they knew they had their number, and I think the Celtics haven't been playing particularly well. They're not playing as they're capable of playing. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think you're showing it in coaching too.
Right. I mean, look at Doc Rivers. This is Josh. What did I say in my article? It's his 16th.
This will be his 16th game 7.
Game 7. And he's 6-9 right now.
Yeah, he's 6-9 in game 7. Which
in game 7, which
in and of itself is not horrible because of the fact that basically, what 6-9 means is that you didn't win a ton of championships.
Right. So
like for example, like a guy like Phil Jackson or like a Greg Popovich, they'll have a better number. But they also have a ton of championships.
In this series, I would take him over Boston's coach.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
guys, don't you think Doc Rivers for the most part is outcoached Missouri
in game 4 and 5? No doubt about it. But listen, so I don't get a chance to bet game 6, but Danny Ryan, my Sunday producer, and my intern Andrew Leeds both have beards. So if the Sixers win and move on, they have to shave their beards, and I have to continue to grow mine. I hate whiskers. So it's my fault. I want to take full responsibility for the Sixers' inept basketball performance.
Are the ladies going to look at look?
I don't know. What do you think? Does it make me look older? It's all gray. My daughter thinks I look like Santa Claus. They said, don't get smart. Is that because of the belly or the beard?
Well, I was going to say that because there's salt and pepper in there, it does have a more mature look to it.
Yeah, a more mature, older look.
Guys, here's another thing that I want to discuss with you two guys, and this is frustrating. I alluded to it last night with Josh on the phone, but it's something that's not just exclusive to the Sixers. I watched several playoff basketball games and the complaining about the referees. Now, the referees are horrible. Don't get me wrong, but it's like the boy that cried wolf, Mike. if every time you drive and every time you throw flop down like you got shot
and then stare at him like you missed it.
Right, like complain like a little baby. You don't have a milk bottle. That's a bad look for James Harden. That's a bad look for Joel Embiid. So you know what happens when you really get fouled? Like remember when Maxey with Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown like pushed off him and there was no call?
That's why.
The referees, as bad as they are, I'm almost going to stick up for them a little bit. Because, Josh, if you continue, every play is
you don't get fouled every play.
Right.
Harden plays like
so
that.
that when you do get fouled, they're not going to call.
Well, it's also the idea that if you commit a foul and you're disputing it, like, no, it's obvious.
But it's ad nauseum, Josh. It's horrible. It's a horrible look for our guys. I hate it.
It's a problem across the league. The entire league does it. And I would argue that the officials, whether they consciously or subconsciously do it, they are still human beings. They probably sometimes punish the players for it.
Now, Josh, Steve Javy, Mike, is a good friend of the show.
Yep.
We're good friends with. And Josh said, get Steve Javy on. But you know what? I was reluctant to call him because what's he going to say, Josh? We're going to sit here and get him on the show and say, what the referee? He's a former referee. He's on TV and ESPN as an analyst for the rules.
They called him in a couple times.
What's he going to do? Is he going to rip the refs?
No, he's not. And
Right.
I think that. But one thing Steve has said, if I could bring up, because when you had the referees roundtable,
that was a great show.
Okay, it was Steve Javy from the NBA, it was Kerry Frazier from the NHL, and it was Bob McElwee from the NFL. And they all basically conceded that, hey, sometimes as a referee, you look at these guys sometimes and you want to just tell them, just shut up. Just
shut
stop.
up and play.
Just let's play the game. Stop worrying about me doing what I'm doing. And I have to think that not everyone is as professional as Steve Javy. I have to think that in a world where not everyone is great at their job, remember the comment I made before, Billy? I've said this how many times? Just because you've done a job for 20 years doesn't mean you're good at your job.
No.
Okay, so to me, I have to wonder, do some of these referees look at, for example, a James Harden and say, I'm not going to give you the next call, or I'm not going to, if it's a coin flip call, I'm not going to let it flip to you because you won't leave me alone.
Something happened in last night's, I'm getting off, but the Miami game last night.
It's still basketball, Mike. You're not getting off. You're a basketball guru. Talk about whatever you like.
I saw something happen in the Miami game with a minute and a half left, and it brought me right back to the Sixers game with under 4 minutes to go. You know what it was? Brunson was going off against Miami. They couldn't stop him.
Right.
Miami calls timeout. They come on the court with a minute 32 left. You know who's guarding Brunson for the first time? Didn't guard him all game.
Jimmy Butler.
You got it. And it was, you could tell in that timeout, it was like, guys, I have him. He's not going to score on me.
Let me ask you this. Was that Spoelstra, the coach's decision, or do you think Jimmy Butler, as a leader that he is, went to him and said,
I think they're both good
I
enough.
want to cover him.
I would think that Jimmy did that. Yeah, but I'm legit. I think the coach looks at him and says, Jimmy, take over.
You got it.
Get that. And then I'm like,
by the way,
how do you not score or touch the ball in the fourth quarter? That's when a leader stands. I don't care if he stand at half court. Give me the goddamn ball.
Give me the gosh darn ball.
Yeah, excuse me.
That's all right. You're pissed. You know what?
Give me the ball.
That's all right. You're upset, Mike, and you're allowed to be.
Okay, it just was the difference between.
And then how about Joel Embiid complaining that he didn't get the ball in the last 4 minutes?
Yeah.
If you're a superstar and you're the MVP of the league, you demand it. Give me the ball.
I can remember playing, and I'm just going back to stupid high school. But if the game's on the line and it's under 4 minutes, and I haven't touched the ball in 2 minutes, now I'm looking at the clock. Oh God, I'm minus 58. Give me the ball. And you're acting like a nut on the court.
Right.
Just give me the ball.
And Billy, I think this is where, remember you asked me the question about, what the guys are doing in the 90s versus what they're doing now.
Right.
So about Embiid, former NBA player Corey Alexander said this on SportsCenter because he was saying, Embiid needs to demand the ball. And I think this is a great analogy. Take a listen.
Shaq would have done it. Tim Duncan would have done it. Dream would have done it. David Robinson would have done it. And at the end of the day, what they would not have done is said anything to the media that they didn't say to their teammates. So at the end of the day, if you don't get the basketball for the last 4 minutes of the game, your teammates are going to know about it in the last 4 minutes of the game. It's not going to be a common media after the game.
I'm walking into the locker room after that game. I am throwing chairs and I'm looking at everybody saying, I didn't touch the ball for the last 4 minutes. I'd be going off on the team. I don't know if that happened.
Let me ask you this: Who do you guys place more blame on for that loss, Game 6? Was it James Harden or was it Joel Embiid? I think Harden probably.
I think it's equal blame.
See, I go right back to if you're the MVP, you got but Doc also no timeouts at the end.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I didn't get that.
But that's a league philosophy. Like I was having a conversation with a couple guys.
You could feel it slipping away. All of a sudden, you got the 4 points. You got the 6 points. What are you waiting for 10 points? They call timeout?
There's a league philosophy that the coaches let the players play through things. And I've heard a lot of NBA coaches talk about this in press conferences. I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
I'm just saying it's an NBA philosophy.
The other thing to notice about Boston for the last 3 games now, they're only playing 2 guys off the bench. They're playing 7 guys. He's got to focus with these 7, and that's it. And you look at they had 4 starters in double figures. Their bench scored 27 points. Our bench scored 11. We've talked about that. Got to have
what
bench
was the
scoring.
percentage? They shot 32% from the field?
36.
36 from the field.
Yeah.
That's atrocious.
From the 3-point, they shot 24.
Right.
Boston,
but the bigger
43.
What were they 4 for? What was the 3-point total?
I have to double check, but here's the number that I focused on. Celtics had 7 more threes than the Sixers.
Yeah.
Nobody wins an NBA game if they have 7 less threes than the other team.
Yeah. All right, let's open up the text board.
I already got text waiting for you, Billy.
We had some before the show started.
That's right, because people are frustrated, Mike, and rightly so.
You want to hear from the people?
609-403-0973. Take it away, Josh.
Jeff in Ocean City chimes in and says, so much for riding on both of these franchises in Game 7, and B needs to step up and show why he's the MVP. Go Sixers with 3 exclamation points.
By the way, I just have this feeling that if they can get by the Celtics, I think they got. I mean, I know Miami's a tough
home court advantage.
Yeah, they got home, and I know Miami beat us in 6 last year.
Yeah, but that was a different Miami team, different Sixers team.
I understand that, but still, Miami's like I obviously would rather face the Knicks than the Heat, but it is what it is. I just think if we get over this hump, I think we have a good opportunity to win even the championship.
Dan in EHC has 2 points he wants to make. He says Jaylen Brown doesn't need to play well in Game 7. He already has a guaranteed Supermax contract. I think Boston is primed for a defeat. You can see it in the Celtics' body language, in their eyes. They are ready to lose.
You know what I say about this game coming up? 2 things happen on each team. Ready? Sixers get bounced. I think Doc and Harden are gone. Boston loses. I think Boston loses. Just what he just said. I think
Jaylen
Brown. I think he's not back with Boston.
They trade him,
and I think their coach is gone.
They're going to trade him. I feel like I can guarantee it.
I think it's both teams have a lot to lose here on this one game.
All right, 609-403-0973 is the text board. Send us a text and let's hear your frustrations about the Sixers. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. There's a new wind blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. All right, when we return, we'll talk with the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
At the track, at the wall, good!
It's interleague action at Fenway Park.
Paul Goldschmidt goes yard.
Red Hot Paul Goldschmidt leads the St. Louis Cardinals into Boston to face Raffy Devers and the Red Sox.
Pitch is hit very well by Devers. Back. Score!
The Cardinals at the Red Sox. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. Camden County Police is hiring for sworn officers. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Red's. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or Red'sJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, Josh Henning producing. Of course, this show is dedicated to my good friend Gary Bondano. The NBA, the NHL, what a great game last night in the NHL. I wanted to see Toronto go on, but they were eliminated. I know the book does too. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and invite in to the locker room the sports book consigliere, Dave Sharapan. Good morning, Dave.
Billy, are you wearing a suit?
Do you see this? Do you believe this? I got dressed up and I have a beard. My playoff beard, book.
Are you a suit now? What's going on? This will be my last appearance on this show. If you're going to wear a suit now, every show, I'm done. That's it. It's all over.
I had to go to a very good friend of mine. He passed away. I went to the service this morning.
Okay.
The fellas covered for me, and I just forgot to take my jacket off. But you know what? I get dressed up for your appearance, book.
Stop the nonsense, Billy. I know you're not dressed up for me. I don't want you dressing up for me. God bless your friend. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes.
That's good to hear. I'm actually hiding out in the car. That's why I'm not on the video, because the whole house is sleeping. And they said, every time you talk to that crazy guy, Billy, on Saturday mornings, you wake up the whole house. So go outside. It's really windy outside. So I had to go. I'm sitting in my garage, in my car, talking to you right now.
All right. The Sportsbook Consigliere. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. I follow you. I love picture time with the book. You're doing it right, Dave. But listen, the Philadelphia 76ers, big story here.
Oh.
You've been watching. Can you tell me, like, how do Game 6? You have an opportunity to eliminate the arch rival Boston Celtics, and you come out lackadaisical with no effort. Body language, it was horrible. They can't. Harden was 0 for 6, the 3-point. I mean, it was what a disgrace.
I can't believe it. It's only been a week. Last time we all got together, hi Mike, hi Josh, a week ago, we might as well
we are here.
Yep, we might as well have been playing taps, boys. It was done. It was over. And then the Sixers did it again. They gave us hope. They gave us belief. I was singing 10-9-8 76ers all week long. And I said, we got it. We got a home game. They're a dog at home. This is going to be it. We're going to do it. And then they couldn't make a shot in the fourth quarter. And now we got to go to Philly. We got to go to Boston. 7-point dogs. Billy, start working on your golf game. It's over. It's done.
I'm never going to prove that. Listen, it's all my fault, Book. I told the fellas prior to you coming on, it's my fault that the Sixers lost, because I took I'm not meant to have money. I'm not meant to win bets, okay?
Right.
So I am the biggest jinx in the world. So I put $100 on the Celtics in game 4.
Yeah.
I put $50 on the Celtics in game 5. I lost all of it. I didn't care. It was the best $150 I ever spent, but I have nothing left in my account, and I couldn't fire one in on game 6, and that's why they lost.
Carlin, do you believe this? I mean, do you believe
This
that
is our world.
Billy the Mush let us down, Mike? Billy the Mush.
It's my fault. It's all my fault.
Hey, Dave, I'm not a hockey guy, but I got to ask you, how is the hockey going in your town with Vegas? They can close it out tomorrow. Is it crazy?
That was a really big game last night. After game 4, the way game 4 ended, you guys know from being hockey fans, and well, I mean, you used to have a team to root for. I mean, I don't know what the Flyers are doing. Although, listen, I spoke to Jonesy yesterday. Keith Jones is a friend of mine, and so I sent him a text and congratulated him for getting the position. He's going to turn that thing around. He personally assured me that he's going to turn the Flyers around. So, when Jonesy says it, I believe it. So
it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
And I got to be honest with you. I got to be honest with you. I really enjoyed the press conference. You can tell, but just listening to some people about their commitment, their desire, their passion to win. And I feel like Jonesy, he's not fake. You know what I mean? And I think that he's got a vision. He and Danny Briere, and let's see what they will give them an opportunity. John Tortorella said it well. Who cares if they're former Flyers?
Just get the job done.
Just get the job done. They care about the organization just about as much as anybody else.
The pride. They'll have
They'll have that pride.
Listen,
so let's see what they do.
Jonesy, I met Jonesy in a book in Vegas. And
of course you did.
Yes, of course. And we were, kindred spirits. We BS'd about hockey, and then we started talking about a lot of things. And I do what I do. I said, hey, Jonesy, can we take a picture together? Absolutely. So we took a picture. We maintain a relationship. Every time he comes, we try to hook up. He's been on Bostonian versus the book. He's a great dude, and he's as real as it gets. And I can personally tell you, the guy is a force. He still has the mentality of a player. He still knows the game as good as anybody. He's going to do whatever he has to do. So the future looks bright. Now, it may take a couple years to get there, but that's a good thing. Now, go back to Vegas. Sorry, Mike. We got derailed a little bit there.
It's okay.
The Knights winning last night, Like, I can't wait to go around a little bit today. I'm going to try not to go too many places today. In fact, I may be going to Phoenix to go visit my mother just for the day, just to say hello for Mother's Day. But it's buzzing again, boys. You know that feeling when your team, when they get into the second round and now you get close, you can taste it. You can feel it. And it's happening right now.
We're talking with the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, live from Vegas. He joins us every Saturday morning. Dave, the Toronto Maple Leafs went down last night in a very exciting game. I was pulling. Look, I like the underdog. Do you like the underdog, Mike?
I do.
You got to go with the underdog, right, Book?
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't won a cup since '67.
I was going to say, when was the Canada
Billy,
as a whole? When was the last time they won?
Mike, hold on. Toronto was minus 190. Josh, tell them to look in the paper and look at the lines. The Maple Leafs were the favorite every game. They're not the underdog, Billy. If you're going to use the gambling stuff, use it right. They were the favorite.
No, what you misunderstood what I said. They were down 3-1.
I always do.
Yeah. You know, they were down 3-1, so they're an underdog to win the series. They had a long way to come back, is what I meant to say.
Did you bet on them, Billy?
No, I didn't want to jinx them.
He has no money.
I have no money. If you want to Venmo me money, it's at William _Schweimer. At William-Schweim. You will send me a Venmo. Whatever. Look, you
Billy,
tell me who
to sponsors for the show first. People aren't going to send you money to bet. What the hell are we
I'm not talking
doing?
about people. I'm talking about
get
you.
This thing on the rails. What are we doing?
Yo, he's going to wake his whole family up from outside in the garage.
We need Harry's.com for our new sponsor for you, Billy. He needs the shave.
And by the way, I'm growing a beard. I don't know if you can see this, but like I bet the intern and the new producer Danny Ryan, they both have beards. So the bet was if the Sixers beat the Celtics and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, they have to shave their beards, and I have to continue to grow mine.
Oh wow, let's go!
So look,
Sixers.
I look like Santa Claus. You say it's all white.
Yeah, Billy, this is going to mess up your tan. When you go to the beach, you're going to get messed. I don't know if your face is ready for a beard, and I don't know if I'm ready to look at your face with a beard. I'm not sure I'm good with this.
Yo, hey, Book, you know why I don't grow a beard?
Why?
Because who would ever want to cover this face?
Now that's the best thing you've said all morning. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Now we're talking. Jeez.
So, Dave, you're scared about Boston? You think it's over? Sixers going to Boston?
I do.
Unfortunately, I do too.
So,
listen, Tatum didn't make a shot the first 3 quarters. He made a couple big threes. They didn't really play good at all and won and covered. And I just feel like Boston has to play really bad again. And the Sixers have to finish a game, which I'm not sure I feel strongly about. I want nothing more than the Sixers to win. Believe me, this Bostonian versus the book, it's a fun show. But the Bruins are out. If we can get the Celtics out and the Sixers in, the Sixers legitimately would go from being 1 game away from being out to possibly being the favorite overall. Although what Denver's doing is beyond impressive. And now it's them and the Lakers, and Denver's a small favorite. A lot of sharp guys, a lot of rhombuses and parallelograms, bad guys. They all got the Lakers to win the West and to win it all. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
The Lakers. They're all over.
So, listen, I think, let me ask you guys this question. I think all the pressure's on the Celtics. They've already lost 2 games to the Sixers at home. It's game 7. I think the pressure's on. I think all the pressure's now back on the Celtics. What do you think, Mike?
I think you're right. When you're the home team in a game 7, you're expected to win that game. So the pressure does fall on you.
Look, how do you see it? Because look, they've already won 2 games up in Beantown, so it's not that insurmountable.
It's not. I don't think one has more pressure than the other. They each have their own pressure. Yes, Boston is the favorite, and Boston is at home, so that comes with its own inherent pressure. But what's going to happen to the Sixers if they lose? Like
Harden's gone and Doc's gone. But on the flip side, we were talking about this, Dave. If Boston loses, Brown's going to be gone and their coach is going to be gone. They both teams have a lot to play for.
Wait a
It's
second,
not just
Carlin,
to move on.
What are you're firing coaches for losing in the second round of the playoffs? What are you wearing a suit today too? What is going on with
Actually,
you?
he's getting ready to go. So he's going to a luncheon too. Everybody's dressed. We got our Mother's Day best on.
I think both coaches, whatever loses, I think coaches are gone.
Listen, by the way, did you guys see Al Horford? It was almost like he was coaching the team the other night on the bench. Did you see that?
Yeah,
he was the head coach wasn't doing any talking. It was all Al Horford.
You know, that's kind of like what Josh is to this show. Josh is like the coach. He's like the coach on the floor that's like still a player, but
he's got his
to make
clipboard.
sure that everything works. He's
quiet, but when he has to be heard, he's heard. That's what it is.
That's exactly what goes on.
I thought you were just going to call me old and slow. I thought that's what you were trying to make there, but all right.
I wasn't actually saying that, Josh. But I mean, now that we're on the subject, I mean, at least you got to know what you are. That's fine. Umbrella drinks are coming all summer. I can't wait to see what that's happening. Yes, I can't wait. This is awesome.
All right, Brooke, who do you like? Who do you like to win the NBA championship right now? Where's the smart money going?
Well, I think Denver's just being overlooked. I mean, there's only 3.5 teams left. All right, we finally got the Knicks out.
3.5.
Thank goodness. Well,
Denver was number one team all year. It's not like there's
3.5 teams left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 3.5 in. We don't know who the fourth piece of the puzzle is.
Right.
I like Denver. I think Denver's going to beat the Lakers. I really hope they do because I can't take another 2 weeks of Laker talk. I just want them to lose. Enough. Out. I want the Sixers to win. The Sixers Heat will be truly engaging.
Wow.
It'll be almost a pick'em series, boys. They're not going to be favored. I mean, it's going to be tight. So, just get Sunday done.
All right.
Please.
There he is, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan, live from his car in the garage in Las Vegas. He didn't want to wake his family up today.
I had to hide. Listen, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and the actual moms as well. They do work that none of us like to do, and they're really, truly special, amazing, amazing people that make, guys like us survive. So, to, not just my wife, my mother-in-law, my own moms out there. Guys, call your mother or go see her.
Thanks, Dave. We'll see you, man. There he is, the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan on the Maserati, the main line sports hotline. I want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give the Ocean City office a call at 609-399-1227. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and Josh Henning right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Here's what you missed on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I think it's a pick'em game, but this is to me where Doc as a coach and his staff, their money will be earned over the next 24 hours. Not when the game starts. How do you get the mindset of your team ready to go to battle in a seventh game? That's what's going to be most telling.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/Be Smart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
To every woman with a will and a workbench, every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use, every daughter with a drill and the drive, to the women who get their nail guns together, the ones who are welding the gap, the same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
With GMF financing, qualified buyers excludes Corvette.
At Ben & Charles, we're selling new real GM supplier employee prices and not 1 cent more. And you keep all the rebates, not some. I said you keep all the rebates. Up to $8,000 right now during our Memorial Day super sale. Some dealers think they can imitate Bennett by giving you a discount, but they keep part or all the rebates. Bennett Chevy gives you both the real deal GM supplier employee price plus all the rebates. Up to $8,000 during our Memorial Day super sale. And there's available 1.9% financing. Looking for used? Bennett will pay you a minimum $10,000 for any clunker, junker, or whatever you can drag to our lot towards any pre-owned in stock. That's at least $10,000. We pay a lot more for good trades. And unlike other dealers, our sales team is non-commissioned. They're paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. You've got to come experience the difference. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim. Josh Hennig is with me here today, producing and co-hosting as Mike Carlin had to head out. He had an engagement this afternoon. And, of course, this show is being dedicated to my good friend Gary Bondano, who passed. And today's his service, so we're thinking about Gary. Also, just got a text message from Frank Levin, a good buddy of ours, and he says, and he makes a good point here, Josh.
What's that?
The fact that the Sixers looked like they were lollygagging, they didn't have the hustle, they didn't have the drive. We established that they came out flat, but how do you come out with that kind of effort in Game 6 at home?
I don't know. Ask Boston. They did it in Game 5.
I don't care about Boston.
No, but hear me out for a second.
I know what you mean.
It's the idea that both teams are doing the same thing. And if I'm a fan of either fan base, I'm losing my mind, because how does Boston come out so indifferent in front of their fans in Game 5, and the Sixers come out so cold as ice in Game 6?
You know what? Look at both teams now have lost 2 games on their home. 2 games on their home court.
That's right.
So is it because of the pressure of playing at home with the expectation?
No,
both teams?
No, I don't think it's that at all. I think both teams are just mentally soft. I think that this series comes down to 2 things, and that's it. And you know me, Billy. I try to simplify things. To me, it's 2 stats: who has less turnovers, who makes the most threes. Because guess what? Every game, that's literally the difference. And I can't believe it's that basic, because you have a former MVP in James Harden, who everyone loves to remind us is the future Hall of Famer, which I'm getting tired of hearing about. He's the future Hall of Famer. How about he win a game?
Yeah, right.
This series, you know what I mean? Like, come on, stop with the future Hall of Famer label. Joel Embiid is the reigning MVP. Jason Tatum got his team to the NBA Finals last year, and Jaylen Brown is going to be getting a supermax contract of $230 million. And it's like, okay, well, you 4 guys need to all show up tomorrow, and I guarantee you, Billy, at least one of the four will be MIA.
609-403-0973. Let's hear your frustrations about the Sixers. 609-403-0973.
Texter didn't leave their names, so we'll call them anonymous, said no way the Sixers are going to win. No way the Sixers were going to win on Thursday. What have they ever done to make anyone believe they could beat Boston 3 games in a row? I'm sad to say, but Boston in a blowout tomorrow.
609-403-0973. Send us a text message with your grievance about the Sixers or your frustrations, anything you want to do to contribute to the show. We need it. We needed to exercise the demon. Now, listen, it's not impossible. I wouldn't say they're going to get blown away, Josh. I mean, let's face it. They already beat Boston twice in Boston,
right.
So it can be done.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Boston has a huge weakness, and that is when they don't make threes, they lose. Billy, when they made threes this year, they were 35-2. When they don't make their threes, they're 29-20 as regular season and postseason combined. So the key is...
See that, Josh? You read that, right? You didn't even look at the screen. You did that off the top of your head. That's called knowledge.
Sometimes.
All right, first hour is in the books. Hour 2, it's just going to be Josh Henning and I right here in the locker with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. On the other side, we'll continue to talk Sixers. Obviously, we'll talk a little Phillies baseball as they're out on the in Colorado for 3. And then we'll look at the Eagles' schedule. We'll get all that and more. It's a locker with Billy Schwein right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers Celtics Game 7 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Tatum outside right, 5 to shoot, fires for 3, ball game. A 3-point shot.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. The Sixers are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply stopped, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text PLACE to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text PLACE to 200-300 right now. Text the word PLACE to 200-300. Don't wait. Text PLACE to 200-300.
My little brother's friends have been camped out at our place for 2 days straight. 3. It's because of the Xfinity 10G network. Internet that can handle a house full of screens at once, with basically no interruptions. And it's only getting faster. When I was their age, internet like this was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Please go home.
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet with unlimited data on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years with no annual contract. Go to xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply stopped, opt out.
If your monthly cell phone bill is out of control, then listen closely because you could now instantly save $600 a year or more on your cell phone bill just by switching to Red Pocket Mobile. Text HUGE to 200-300 right now to start saving huge money every month on your cell phone bill. Plans start as low as $10 a month. Yep, I said $10 a month. And with Red Pocket, you're in control of your plan. You keep the same phone and same number with a amazing nationwide coverage and no long-term commitments. For nearly 20 years, Red Pocket has been earning 5-star reviews by giving customers choice, flexibility, and huge savings on their cell phone plans. So don't wait. Switching to Red Pocket is fast and easy. Text HUGE to 200-300 right now, and you could save $600 or more every year on your cell phone bill. Text HUGE to 200-300 right now to get an exclusive link for an additional 50% off. Text the word HUGE to 200-300. Text HUGE to 200-300.
When you hear this,
They've got him again!
and this,
He scored!
and this,
Oh boy, what a move by Embiid!
you think of us. We are sports. 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83!
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my producer / co-host Josh Hennick today. Of course, the show is dedicated to my good friend Gary Bondano, who passed away. And, of course, today is his service, and I know a lot of people are heading down there. Our prayers are with the family. And, Josh, we had a lot of great times. It's we're getting to the age now, things happen, and it just you look back, you remember all the good times,
Yeah, it's as we all get older, it feels like there's no rhyme or reason sometimes for who lives and who doesn't. And I think it's just another reminder that we all need to appreciate who is with us
and live every day to the fullest, right, Josh?
And tell the people who we care about that we do care about them.
And of course, we do care about our moms, as tomorrow is Mother's Day. And make sure you get yourself, at least get a card out to your mom, right? A flower or something, Josh, to mom. Get it out there. Get something. All right, Josh. The Phoenix Suns, man. I'm shocked. I thought the Phoenix Suns were the team to beat in the West.
I didn't.
You thought Denver?
Well, I was wrong too. I thought the Warriors were going to come out of the West, so I was wrong.
Yeah.
My problem with the Suns all along was that they traded away all their depth to get Durant. They traded away so much to get one guy that when Chris Paul went down, if Durant and Booker didn't have like incredible nights, they had no chance of winning. And you saw it in the Nuggets series. The Nuggets are a deep team, and that the Suns weren't. And now the Nuggets, as Sharapan was saying in the last hour, the Nuggets have to be one of the favorites to win it all because of the fact that they have that depth. They have not just Jokic, it's Jamal Murray, it's Michael Porter Jr., it's Aaron Gordon, it's multiple guys that they can lean on. And you just have to wonder, do the Lakers even have a chance in that series? Like, I'm not trying to be Mr. Negative to the Lakers, but good grief.
Right? Another observation I'd like to make, Josh, is last night in the Miami Heat game, did you notice at the beginning of the game and at the start of the second half, all the empty seats in the stadium? I mean, I know people, it's Miami and there's a lot of beautiful people in the stands. There's no doubt about that. But the crowd's late arriving to the
They've
to the
always
game.
been like that.
I know, all the empty seats. I mean, that was game 6 last night.
It was part of the joke. So we mentioned 90s basketball earlier. When it used to be the NBA on NBC back in the 90s, the Knicks players would joke that the Miami Heat fans only show up later in the game, and they used to taunt them with that in the 90s. And it's been the entire team's history in Miami. And there's a lot of theories behind it. There's people who say that start the games later, start the games earlier.
No, Josh, I think the people are there at the stadium. I just think they don't get back to their seats. I mean, at the start of the second half, and it was a good 8 minutes. I mean, not 8 minutes, obviously the whole quarter, but a good 5 minutes into the second half.
Well, here
every time. I mean, you could see that there was sporadic people in the seats.
I will say this: I have a buddy of mine who lives and works in Miami. He's actually from Jersey, and he's told me before that there is so much traffic congestion getting to the arena on game days. There's a lot of people who don't get into the parking lot until the game is actually tipping off because of traffic. So apparently, part of the problem Miami
that might be for the beginning of the game, Josh, but for the end, leading into the second half. And you know what burns me up? The Miami Marlins, they have horrible fan support. I know
beautiful stadium.
Yeah, and I know that beautiful, and I know the people love the Heat in Miami. I know that because I have friends that live down there.
Yeah,
but it's a bad look. It infuriates me that the places like Philadelphia, who our fans are so invested into winning and losing, and the everyday minutia of the storylines and all that stuff. People live and die with their sports teams for people not to be in the stands when it's such a pivotal game. It's like they don't deserve to win.
Well, I mean, the other side of it is, the Miami Heat now, they are now in their 9th conference finals in this century. Think about that.
So the people are spoiled? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're spoiled. And you just said Philadelphia fans, imagine if we would have handed the keys to the kingdom to Pat Riley instead of fill in the blank guy in the 90s. I don't even know who was the coach before Larry. I got to look it up.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Send us a text, your frustrations. Get it off your chest. We want to hear from you. 609-403-0973.
John Lucas.
The Philadelphia 76ers, game 6, they come out and they lay an egg. They have no effort. Like I said, Frank just texted me, Frank Levin. They lollygagged. They had they didn't have any, their body language was horrible, Josh. And what it really gets to me is when Harden goes down the lane, he gets fouled. He thinks he gets fouled. He goes down and looks at the refs and his arms are up in the air. Just suck it up, man.
Listen, the part of the problem is that, when Harden plays like that, you have no chance of winning. And I don't understand why he gets into these modes. I don't understand why nobody holds him accountable. I've been told by a lot of people, Billy, who are way more connected than I am to James Harden, that he has the right people in his ear. He has the right people around him. But it's there's even stories out there apparently Sam Cassell is, dog cussing Harden every single game.
Really?
So it's not like nobody's trying to talk to the guy.
Well, the only thing that could be a positive, we get 2 days now. He gets 2 days of rest.
I think that's the key you just brought up. If there's a reason why the Sixers win tomorrow, it's because you have an extra day for Harden and Embiid to hit the reset button, and B can spend an extra day at home with his kid because you know how much he loves his kid, and Harden can go party up for an extra 24 hours to get ready for Game 7. And that's why I think the Sixers are going to win tomorrow, Billy.
All right, Josh, I'd like to hear the passion.
I think the Sixers have something that Boston doesn't.
And what is that?
I think the Sixers are still the more desperate team. I think the Celtics have
they didn't come out and play desperate the other night, Josh.
No, but they could tomorrow. I think Boston knows they've made it to the mountaintop. And sometimes when you think that you arrived, like the texter said earlier, you start looking ahead to other things that are not basketball.
609-403-0973 is the text board. Send us your text message with your frustrations, your expectations. What do you think about the Sixers in Game 7 tomorrow? 609-403-0973.
Billy, I have a question for you. Outside of Embiid and Harden, who's the guy or guys that you need to see tomorrow show up?
Well, obviously, without a doubt, Maxey, but he has been. I mean, he scored 26 the other. I didn't have a problem with Maxey's game the other night. Did you?
No, I think Maxey has come a long way from the invisible man he was for a couple games in this series to what he's done in recent games. To me, I think that we really need, and I mean really need, the bench to show up tomorrow. I'm not saying I need big points, but
Anthony Melton. How about that?
I need Melton needs to make a shot, Billy.
I mean,
how
what
about
the
that?
heck was wrong with
Is
him
it too
tonight?
hard to ask you to make a shot? One shot. Give me 1 3.
Josh, here's another thing that I just infuriates me. All right, when we were growing up,
aside from growing that beer,
listen. Last Sunday, the youth movement here in the locker room challenged the old man. They both have beards, Josh, and they said if the Sixers advance to the conference final, that they will shave their beard, and I have to grow one. So if the Sixers lose, I get to shave tomorrow. If the Sixers win, the beard, they're going to call me the beard. Although it's white, it's all white. My beard's all white.
It's like.
Hey, by the way, we're streaming live on the YouTube channel, The Locker Room, Billy Schweim. Go to the website. You can just scroll down and click it on. You can see my beard. 609-403-0973 is the text message. We're streaming live on YouTube. My beard is like it's like gray. It's all gray. What's that today? What's that? Today's Man? No, not Today's Man. What's the stuff you put in your
Just for Men?
Just for Men. Should I get that, Josh?
I was like, what is Today's Man? A magazine? Did Ken Dunnick come out with a new magazine? You got the Jersey Man, Philly Man magazine, and then the Today's Man.
Today's Man was a store, wasn't it?
Was it? I have no idea.
For nice clothes.
My mind went to Ken Dunnick for some reason.
609-403-0973. Josh, when we were kids, there was a court called the Jam Courts, and it was a regulation. It was a regulation basketball net, but it wasn't regulate. It was 8 or something. We used to play I'm not 6'9", so I don't know what it's like to play above the rim. When we played with this Jam Court,
yeah.
So for the life of me, I don't understand how does Tobias Harris miss a layup in traffic? Oh, but he's 2 inches away from the rim. How do you miss that? And it wasn't just once; it was like 3 times.
Because he doesn't practice it enough.
You don't have to practice. It's something that's innate. If he's in the NBA, for Christmas sake,
you say it's innate. I say it's not. I say
you say potato. I say potato.
I say that as Bruce Lee once said, "I do not fear the man who knows 1,000 strikes. I fear the man who practiced one strike 10,000 times."
Wow, John.
So if you think about it, it's the idea that if you practice something every single day,
what are we talking about? Practice
it becomes second nature.
Right,
you.
Exactly.
And I don't think Tobias Harris practices around the like when I remember when I played basketball. Obviously, I don't play in the NBA. I'm not Tobias Harris. I don't have a max contract, but I know that our coaches made us do layup drills all the time, and you would practice shooting inside, out, and then back in, and you had to make X number of shots from every spot, or you weren't allowed to leave the gym. You know what I mean?
Josh,
that's how we would practice. So it's like, is Tobias Harris actually practicing the shots that he's missing right now?
Josh, he played 42 minutes the other day.
Too many.
And if he's on the court for 42 minutes, there's only 48 in the game, right?
It's too many minutes.
He only scored 2 points.
12 of those minutes should have gone to PJ Tucker.
Right? How about House? You put House in? He's been playing pretty well.
I mean, House is actually giving you something, so I'm good with that.
He's got a lot of energy off the bench.
I mean, I'd rather him out there than Tobias at this point.
Are you happy with Niang? I mean, talk to me about his performance. How do you rate that?
And Niang's a coin flip at this point. I mean,
he usually hits big threes, though, Josh.
He's the kind of guy that it feels like that he's a boomer bust. Like he's either giving you something good from 3 or he gives you nothing. Personally, and I know Doc won't do this because Doc is very structured and regimented, and he's got his system and blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't mind seeing them change the starting lineup tomorrow.
Shake it up. All right, Josh, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store at Summers Point. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. There's folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg. just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar, 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Go down there and say hello to Renee and Kim, the bartenders. Every Thursday night is wing night, dollar wings, $2.50, domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. If you want to book a private party, call Lavari. Dave's a great guy. 628-2225 is the number down there. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Josh Hennick right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, Sixers, Celtics, the big Game 7. We'll look at it from every single angle. Plus, Phillies weekend out in Colorado. And now we know the Eagles' schedule. What's our favorite games? We'll rank them. Sixers, Celtics, Game 7. The recap right here, Monday.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
The 2024 X5 has arrived at BMW of Atlantic City. Take advantage of early bird pricing on one of the most highly anticipated vehicles of the year. Right now, lease a new 2024 BMW X5 xDrive 40i for $939 a month for 36 months. Looking to trade? We'll pay top dollar for your vehicle. Visit BMW of Atlantic City, closer than you think. Located in Egg Harbor Township and online at bmwatlanticcity.com. For more details, call us toll-free at 609-316-2393.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live. Tom's River Auto Group Studio in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennick, and I are. Hey, Josh, it's a little weird, just the two of us. I can't hear you.
Just the
there you are.
We can make it if we try.
Hey, Josh, what did you do with all the money?
What money?
The money your mom gave for your singing lessons. Josh, these young guys, these youth, the youth movement, the locker room youth movement. We have a bet, and this beard is itching. It's killing me. They both have beards, and the bet is if the Sixers win and move on to the conference finals, that they will shave their beards, and that I have to continue to grow mine.
Such a strange bet. I would have said.
Well, that's because how much I hate facial hair. I shave every day, Josh.
I know. Over on the tech.
Can I ask you? I know this is going to be awkward. Do you like the look?
I mean, if I were you, here's the thing. If I were you, I would say, look, I'm not going to shave it, but I'm going to keep it trimmed.
Well,
so
it's only been a week.
So like for example, when the Sixers win tomorrow, when they go down the next series, then you trim it up. You kind of.
Well, it's not. It's long. It's not that long yet, but it's noticeable.
It's noticeable. Yeah.
Look at we're streaming live on my YouTube channel. You can check me out there.
Check you out. Is that
check it out? Yeah.
But by the way, can I really say really quick?
Yeah.
I just saw this come across the line. Can we say congratulations to Jalen Hurts? Just received his master's degree from the University of Oklahoma. Yeah. How about that?
I wonder, he must have been working on it online, I guess.
I mean, this guy's always working, Billy.
I'm really impressed with him. I mean, you remember the question marks going into last year? He's answered everything, and he's gone over and above it. And now we find out that he's got his master's degree. We've talked to several former players. They didn't really go to class that much.
He apparently is.
He apparently does. All right, Josh, before we get into our Eagles conversation, let's turn the table, turn the tide, and talk Phillies baseball. Of course, every Sunday we talk with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green. We go on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Tommy gives us a detailed look at the Phillies week that was. But I was really impressed with two people yesterday. And by the way, last night I had my work cut out for me. I was going Miami Heat leaves Phillies, Phillies leaves Heat with the clicker. Bing, bing, bing. Now, Mike Gill posted a thing on Twitter. He's got two TVs in front of him on his porch.
Right.
So he didn't have to worry about clicking like I did. I don't have that luxury. Some people do. But that was my bing, bing, bing. Like every time I went to a commercial with the Heat, I'd go to the Phillies and, keep moving it around. But with the Phillies last night, I thought Taijuan Walker pitched really well. And it's, in Colorado, did you see the home run by Alec Boehm? It looked like it looked like it was going to be a routine fly out the center field, and it just kept going.
That Colorado air, man, everything
thin
flies.
Air.
Yeah.
Taijuan Walker pitched really well, and Schwarber in the 5-hole again. That's a no-brainer. Like he should never lead off again.
I think it's very simple. You have a formula that's working right now. You got to run with it.
Trey Turner made an outstanding defensive play last night. I just look at this team, Josh, and I see greatness. I mean, I think there's not a weak spot in our lineup right now, offensively.
Right now, there's not. Obviously, there will come a slump.
Don't be doom and gloom, man.
Well, listen, it's a long NBA season, long Major League Baseball season, I should say. The NBA season is long too. Baseball season is very long. There's going to be a lull at some point, but I think that they have shown that this is the lineup that works. It's a lineup that makes everybody happy. You know what I mean? It makes the analytics people happy because they love the left-right, alternating deal. It makes the old school baseball people happy because you're putting legitimate contact hitters at the top of the lineup in front of the sluggers. I think it's a win-win lineup.
Kimbrel got his fourth save. He needs one more to get 500?
Yeah, that's
what you're not high on him?
I just feel like they're giving him the opportunities because he's going for the
Alvarado's out. You worried about Alvarado?
He'll be back. He'll be fine.
You think he felt something? He erred on the side of caution?
Better to be safe than sorry, especially in May of all times.
I will say this. I want to be consistent. When Kimbrel was with the Braves, I couldn't stand him. With it, how he goes down with his arm out like that.
It is a weird look.
It's a look. Now I thought to myself last night when he was on the mound, I really hated that when he was with the Sox too, right? He's been with a bunch of teams, Dodgers, but I just never liked that look. And then here he is in a Phillies uniform last night doing it. I just can't, I made a note, like a mental note.
Right.
Did that even cross your mind last night when you watch him?
I mean, I don't like it, but I've kind of like just gotten over it because he's been pitching for 14 years now. Like,
yeah,
at some point,
he still throws at 96.
Yeah, you're right. He's still got
got some
juice.
velocity.
But he also is a Jekyll and Hyde guy. Like he's either on or he's not on. And it's just frustrating at times.
By the way, Schwarber hits his 9th home run last night in the 5-hole, and there's two guys on. There was a guy on base. So I think in the 5-hole he's going to be much more productive. His RBI total should be a lot higher this year than it was last year.
It certainly should. I think that part of the thing with last year is that also, he got into a groove in that leadoff spot, and you had to keep him there. But this year, he's not in no groove this year. So let him be in the 5-hole. Let him be, Schwarber bombing left and right. And let's just hope that Kimball doesn't blow any saves.
And by the way, can we say enough about Bryce Harper?
The guy's a stud.
He went 2 for 4 last night again.
He's a stud, man.
I couldn't stand him when he was with the Nationals.
I
love him now.
I told you I loved it when the Phillies signed him. I was so
Remember when
excited.
he fought? Remember when he got in a fight with Papelbon?
Papelbon's a punk though. So.
I know, but guess what? I always thought that because Papelbon was with the Phillies prior to that,
right?
And then he goes to the Nationals, and you see Papelbon. My first thought, my first impression when I saw that was, all right, well, here's Papelbon. He hates losing. He doesn't like maybe Harper's mellow approach to his profession, and he wanted more fire at him. He thought maybe he needed whatever. Obviously looks can be deceiving.
They were deceiving.
They are. But I was on it now, knowing what we know now of Bryce Harper. I mean, the guy is a true MVP.
The guy is a leader. He's passionate. He is the guy, is the catalyst for this team. And it's so awesome that, I mean, we went through so many years of the Phillies just, felt like you were just like, in cement, barely moving.
Yeah, but what I like about this team right now is the mix of young and old guys. Stott, Bohm.
Yep.
Right? I even look, Stubbs. This team feels almost like, I don't want to say the 80 team. It feels more more or less like the 2008 World Series team, because you had Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins coming up. They all came up together. Ryan Howard, you know what I mean? They had when a team grows together like that, and they got talent, and they got leadership. It's fun because it feels like a family affair.
It's also a song, Family Affair.
Right? No, but you know what I mean? Like you're working towards something, and it's from within the organization. It's not, you get a couple free agents to fill the holes that to help get you over the hump. But to watch those guys mature, I have the same feeling of the 2008 World Series team. And by the way, that team should have had 2 more World Series, I thought.
At least one.
Or at least one more, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could have argued that they could have beaten the Yankees in 2009. They could have done it. They couldn't get it done.
2011.
And then in 2010 and 2011, it's tough because when you go back to look at those teams, those years, on paper, they should have won absolutely. But then you realize, you look at the bigger picture of the league, and it's kind of like, did we not appreciate how good the rest of the league was?
Well, Josh, and I'm glad you just alluded to that, because you're very, when it comes to sports, very intuitive. You perfect segue me here. Like, you look at the Braves lineup and you look at the Mets offense, and I'm just talking about an offensive lineup. You're like, wow, I'm impressed. But guess what? I love the Phillies lineup. I'll put them against anybody. I'll put them against anybody in the league.
Yeah, because of the fact that the Phillies lineup,
Dodgers team isn't as potent as it used to be.
No, the Dodgers are definitely
now San Diego's got a great lineup.
San Diego's got a great lineup, but you beat them last year,
right?
With a lesser team last year, right?
Yes. I mean, you look up and down this lineup.
I mean, I would argue really quick that the Phillies bullpen and the starting lineup is better this year than last year, right?
Absolutely. And of course, we go on the mound with Tommy Green every Sunday, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for designated drivers. But Tommy, I think, you know what I like about Tommy Green? Yeah, he's a good old boy and everything, but he tells it like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat
He
stuff.
speaks his mind.
He speaks his mind. And he does it in a way that's not inflammatory. Like, you're getting it from the heart. He gives you the true perspective. But Bryce Harper, when he wasn't playing, he has that. Did you see that golden thumb he had?
Yeah.
He was doing whatever he could do. Even if he wasn't playing, he wasn't in the lineup. Anything he could do to spark his team. And I thought the 2008 with Chase Utley and Jimmy Rollins, they had that. Ryan Howard, too. I don't want to leave him out.
Well, we can name the whole team if you want.
Well,
Carlos Ruiz.
Right. Carlos Ruiz.
Shane Victorino.
This team has
Jason
the same.
Worth, Brad Lid.
Yes. Would you agree with that?
There is a vibe.
Don't you get that vibe?
There is a vibe that this team is is much closer to the glory days than not. You know
I have high expectations for this team. And I know
you should, because they have high expectations for themselves.
Yeah, but you know what? I know Carlin always is the voice of reason. He said it's only May. I remember last year we got into June. We kept saying it's getting early. It's getting late early. Nah, relax.
Listen, the Phillies have almost the same exact record at this time last year
That's
they do
right.
this year.
And I have higher expectations for the team this year, especially where these guys are playing right out of the gate. You know, that's not. I know the Phillies got off to a slow start, but offensively, their numbers are great.
The offense isn't the problem, and I think that when they get to the deadline, they're going to acquire another starting pitcher. I really do believe that.
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey, just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point, New Jersey. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. Hey, there's a new wind blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Now, I talked to Michael Pileggi several times. Michael said this car is phenomenal. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With the class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800. Ask for Michael Pileggi to schedule your test drive today. When we return, we'll continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Josh Henning right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers Celtics Game 7 tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
Tatum, outside right, 5 to shoot, fires for 3, ball game. A 3-point shot.
It's Sixers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN. The Sixers are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Coverage begins at 3 p.m.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call Lenigan, again and again. Call Lenigan, again and again.
Hungry
hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Bintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Don't be intimidated. Be a local. Local Gym has the best equipment around with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
Well, it's a patented key ingredient called testofen. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. It's backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Now, more. Mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Hennig pushing the buttons, but he's also the co-host today. And, of course, today's show is dedicated to the memory of Gary Bondano, who's being laid to rest today. Friends and family are gathering at Gregory's down there at Summers Point. We'll all be down there. I want to remind people that we're talking about 2 charities that we've been talking about. Brian Prof's Gafal Golf Classic benefiting Stroke Center of the University of Pennsylvania is Monday, May 15th. On Monday, we get down to Riverwinds Golf and Tennis Club. For details, visit golfgafa.com. And, of course, on Saturday, June 17th, attend Tara's Happy Boxes fundraiser benefiting local children at the American Legion at First Street in Summers Point, New Jersey, from 3 p.m. to 7. Tickets are $25, include entry, food, and entertainment. For more information, contact Tara Cioli at 609-415-8398 or send her an email at tarashappyboxes@gmail.com. Let's talk a little Eagles football. And we already alluded to the fact that Jalen Hurts gets his master's degree. Very impressive with that, Josh. Very impressed with that.
It just shows you the quality of young man that he is, that he's always endeavoring to be more, do more, get better, and you got to love it.
All right, let's look at the schedule. We're not going to go game by game yet. Like we'll do that next week, or as we get maybe after the Sixers fate. We'll really obviously get it. But I do want to say that it's a very tough schedule. Only 3 1:00 games this year, Josh.
See, I don't think the schedule is that bad because I think that like for example, I think the Giants have one of the worst schedules. Their schedule,
their first 7 games are.
Oh, the Giants' schedule is brutal.
They're on the road, right?
Yeah, so much their schedule is on the road.
Why would the league do that? That's not fair.
The league is like punishing the Giants.
Okay, there's no love loss for the Giants, but that's not fair.
I think the Eagles are very fortunate that their toughest stretch of games are all after the bye week. They have the bye week in week 10. It's after week 10. It's at Kansas City, home against the Bills, home against the 49ers, at the Cowboys, at Seattle, and then home against the Giants. So you could argue that the Eagles, they can go through the first 9 weeks of the season, and they should be able to come out of that with a winning record for sure. Because you look at the Patriots are a borderline playoff team. Vikings, we know what the Vikings are. We don't have to explain that. Right?
We own the Vikings, don't we?
The Tampa. By the way, why are we playing Minnesota 2 straight years in week 2? I don't know how that happened. Tampa, they're not a playoff team. Washington should be better than last year, I guess. Rams are a borderline playoff team. They got that guy Aaron Rodgers in New York. Miami, is Tua going to be healthy? Who knows? And then Washington again in Dallas. So you could argue that you should be able to come out of that stretch of 9 games, Billy, at worst 5-4.
All right, but you first look at this schedule, and your first impression is like, wow. I mean, I look at it like you just named that stretch right there. If they don't get off to a good start, we're gonna know what type of team we have. I mean, you're not going to be able to hear people cry like the 49ers and say, like, if this team has a good record, they're beating the best.
Yeah, if you're the best team in football, you're the best team in the NFC, you should win these games anyway, as we know. I just think that you look at the schedule overall, and I'm just thankful that the bye week is earlier this year than it was last year, and I think that they're fortunate that they don't have to deal with Kansas City till after their bye week. Again, it's no guarantee they're going to win that game, but to me, Billy, the biggest problem with this schedule is there's a lot of games that are not 1:00.
There's only 3 games that are 1:00.
And you know how athletes are. They are
ready for
creatures of
this.
habit.
They start off 4:25, 8:15, 7:15.
Thursday night is 8:15.
4:05, 4:25, 8:20. Then you got a 1:00, 4:25, 8:15, 4:25, 4:25, 8:20, 4:25, 4:30, 1:00. And then to be determined, because that game is on January 7th.
Every game on that week is to be determined.
The preseason schedule came out too. I'm not happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because on Friday, August 11th is their first preseason game on a Friday.
And why?
That's going to affect our.
It's going to affect our
Beach Patrol
report. Gotcha.
Oh, man. Not happy about that.
Well, maybe you should call the Eagles and have a conversation with them about it.
My first instinct, you remember our feeling going into last year. Everybody knew it was an easy schedule, but
right.
Still, with that knowledge, everybody was like, "Josh, the Eagles are going to go 11 maybe 11-6." Because remember, 17 games.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people were saying 10, 11 wins. They weren't expecting them to go to the Super Bowl last year,
and it was all hinging on Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And he came out and put all his naysayers to sleep. Right. Shut them up.
He did.
But
he's got to do it again.
My first impression, now I haven't broken it down, but when I look at this schedule, I'm thinking like 11-6 again. And that's just like I said,
you can still win the division with 11-6.
Yeah. But is that where would you be satisfied with that?
Yeah, because to me, just get to the postseason healthy and let's make the run. You look at the teams that have won the Super Bowl in the last 20 years, they're not always the team with the best record. There's sometimes when Aaron Rodgers won with the Packers, I think they only had like 10, 11 wins that year. The year that Aaron Rodgers, the Packers won 15-1, they didn't get to the Super Bowl.
How about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets? They got like 5 primetime games.
How about Joe Namath offering Aaron Rodgers his number and Rodgers saying, "Nah, I respect Joe Namath too much. I'll take another number."
I think that's very admirable of Aaron Rodgers to do that because you know how much I love Joe Namath. And I keep reflecting back to when I had Joe Namath on the show.
Right.
Here's my childhood idol. I loved and idolized Joe Namath.
Yes, you did.
And here I have him on the show. It was like a surreal moment. You remember the interview? I found out through talking to people that I know that he did more research on he probably did as much research on me and my brother Bobby going into the interview. He was calling Billy Bobby. You know what I mean? He knew us.
Yes, he did.
Joe Namath is and to have him on the show was definitely a highlight so far of my tenure on the radio. But
so as someone who grew up with the Jets as your AFC team.
No, they weren't my AFC team.
Oh, they weren't. I thought
it was my brother liked the Colts.
Okay.
And I liked the Chiefs. Willie Lanier, Buck Buchanan, Bobby Bell, Jimmy Lynch, Ed Podolak. I can name Otis Taylor.
Okay.
That was my team.
I always assumed the Jets were your team.
No, but you got to remember, I think that was like the golden era of quarterbacks, right?
Len Dawson, Johnny Unitas,
John Brody, Bob Greasy,
Roger Staubach,
Fran Tarkington.
Tarkington, yeah.
Right?
Man, Tarkenton was ahead of his time. Can you imagine how good Tarkenton and Staubach would be in today's game where you couldn't hit the quarterback?
Right? Those guys were men.
Those guys were athletes.
They were tough.
Those two guys ran around as much as anybody has ever run around in NFL history.
You know, the opening to my show, you can hear the that's if you go back in time and look at all the old NFL films,
right?
You like they not only did they tackle you, they rubbed your face into the dirt. You know what I mean? Like they slammed you in the dirt.
They made you feel it.
Right. And that was like Joe Namath. Could you imagine if he had the benefit of modern technology, modern medicine technology with his knees?
Can you imagine if Joe Namath had actually some good coaching his entire career?
You mean Weeb Eubanks wasn't a great coach?
I think Eubanks is a little overrated. I think that Eubanks gets the benefit of winning a Super Bowl and people look at him differently. I think people don't appreciate the fact that a lot of the guys who have had good NFL careers, like, you know me, I try to look at the big picture, and I look at a guy like Namath and I say, how many of those interceptions did he throw because he wasn't maybe on the best team or the best offensive
he was throwing
line?
Don Maynard and
I mean, the best team, though.
Well, that's true.
You know,
Emerson Boozer.
You lost me there, Billy.
Matt Snell. They were the two running backs.
Good for them.
George Sauer. Was Sauer the tight end?
I think there's a reason why the Steelers won multiple championships and the Jets didn't, Billy.
Was looking at something. I saw something. Was it on ESPN 3030 with no, it was a Football Life with Franco Harris.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that one?
Yes.
I love that, by the way. It's a Football Life.
They do a really good job.
They do a great job. But that era was, I thought, the golden age of quarterbacks. And you're right. If they had the benefit of, if Joe Namath had the benefit of modern medical technology, his career would have, he probably, who knows what he would have done, because he was a gunslinger.
Yeah. His stats probably would have been way better.
All right. Hey, Josh, you know what?
What?
For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey.
That's right.
It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City, so you have to pass it to go in.
Absolutely.
It's a landmark.
It's right there.
With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Tell Chet the Locker Room sent you. Just about everybody in our area knows about, and has heard about, the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein and Josh Hennick right here on 97.3 ESPN.
This weekend on ESPN Radio.
At the track, at the wall, good!
It's interleague action at Fenway Park.
Paul Goldschmidt goes yard.
Red Hot Paul Goldschmidt leads the St. Louis Cardinals into Boston to face Raffy Devers and the Red Sox.
Pitch is hit very well by Devers. Back. Good!
The Cardinals at the Red Sox. Coverage begins today at 3:30 Eastern.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition.
and talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
You want the best Mexican food in South Jersey? Go to Red's Jersey Mex.
Hey, this is Reds. Come visit us at 11th and Haven in Ocean City, New Jersey, where we have been cooking up the best Mexican food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, fajitas, enchiladas, Jersey fresh salads, and so much more since 2004 using only the finest ingredients available.
That's right. Go to Red's Jersey Mex. Call for takeout at 609-399-2272 or dine in. That's Red's Jersey Mex, 11th and Haven in Ocean City, 609-399-2272 or RedsJerseyMex.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Red's Jersey Mex Cafe.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting rules for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or apply. Stop, opt out.
If your monthly cell phone bill is out of control, then listen closely because you could now instantly save $600 a year or more on your cell phone bill just by switching to Red Pocket Mobile. Text huge to 200 right now to start saving every month on your cell phone bill. Plans start as low as $10 a month. Yep, I said $10 a month. And with Red Pocket, you're in control of your plan. You keep the same phone and same number with amazing nationwide coverage and no long-term commitments. For nearly 20 years, Red Pocket has been earning 5-star reviews by giving customers choice, flexibility, and huge savings on their cell phone plans. So don't wait. Switching to Red Pocket is fast and easy. Text HUGE to 200-300 right now, and you could save $600 or more every year on your cell phone bill. Text HUGE to 200-300 right now to get an exclusive link for an additional 50% off. Text the word HUGE to 200-300. Text HUGE to 200-300.
Welcome to tonight's debate on the name of New Jersey's iconic breakfast meat.
Everyone knows it's pork roll.
Hey, calm down. The debate can finally be won thanks to the New Jersey Lottery's meaty new scratch-offs. The Jersey Debate with a top prize of $200,000.
Play the Jersey Debate. Name that meat scratch-offs with over $13 million in prizes. Anything can happen in Jersey.
Next topic. Is there a Central Jersey?
Must be 18 year old and buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or somebody knows a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Josh Henning doing double duty as my co-host and the producer. Phillies at 8:10 tonight, Josh?
That is correct.
We have
pitching tonight,
Ranger.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez is back.
Ranger Danger.
Excited?
I am. I look forward to that game tonight.
Yeah, you got Suarez tonight at 8:10, and then tomorrow at 3:10. Always the same time as the Sixers, by the way. Nola goes for the Phils tomorrow.
We have one more text message you'd like to read?
Yeah, text came in a little bit earlier at 609-403-0970. Get us back to the Sixers. Dan chimes in, says Sixers need to be physical tomorrow. Refs, I think, are going to allow physicality in a game 7. You got to put Marcus Smart up here.
Hey, by the way, who's that, Dan?
Yeah.
That's very, very intuitive. That's a very smart comment because you remember when Julius Ervin and Bird, I just saw a picture with them grabbing each other's throat. Remember how nasty that series became? Let's see some of that.
People forget that what happened before those guys got each other's throats, because before that happened, both guys were yelling at each other to play before. Like they were dog cussing each other. So it wasn't just that moment, it was the entire series.
But you're never going to get that out of Embiid, do you think? You're not going to get it out of Harden.
Harden,
and that's why they got PJ Tucker, right?
So they got PJ, yeah.
But Julius Erving was the star, centerpiece of the Sixers.
Yeah,
and he was right in the mix.
But he wasn't in the mix because he was a tough guy. He was in the mix
because he cared, right? Because he was a competitor.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Let's see some fight.
I think Embiid's got it in him. I don't think Harden has that kind of psychotic passion. I think Embiid does. I think that I am going to chalk it up, and I've heard a couple other people say this too, that Sixers had a bad day at the office in Game 6, and they'll come back and win Game 7.
Do you think that's all it was? Just a bad day in the office? I mean,
listen, it's either they had a bad day at the office or that They shouldn't have won 3 games in that series.
Well, for the life of me, how do you come out as flat with no zest or I don't know. It's game 6. They had a golden opportunity to eliminate the rival, the dreaded, hated Boston Celtics at home.
And they shot like trash from the field. They shot nothing from the field. So the whole team played poorly aside from 2 people that night.
So you're only going to go as deep as Harden and Embiid take them, right? You know, Harden was 0 for 6 from 3-point land.
The bigger problem is
he's got to hit
the turnovers.
And we're going to know right as soon as the game starts. Like I said, it was the first 8 minutes to game 6 was going to be the most important. They got out. They were trailing. I don't think they got any. They were down by as much as 13. And then at halftime, I think it was 8.
Yeah. Listen, they had multiple chances to win that game.
And the most pivotal point was when the Sixers were up 83-81, and Harden had the ball, and he gets it stripped. He looks silly doing it.
Yeah.
Turned the ball over, and then that's when Tatum went on a run.
To me, the biggest omen in that game actually happened way earlier in the game. It was the first omen was when they called the goaltend on Embiid that wasn't a goaltend.
Oh, that's true.
Because that was the moment I started worrying. Like, are we really that stupid? Like, is that what this night's going to be? Is it going to be controversial calls? And then you had the foul call later.
Let's hope the referees. Let's hope the referees let them play. Like, I don't want to see the referee determine the outcome of a game. Nobody likes that.
Nobody
on
likes
either
that.
side. I mean, that's frustrating when the stripes, zebras get involved and try to, like, we're there to see the players, not the refs.
Yeah, I mean, I look at Harden and I say, look, man, I need you to read the room. You know, if they're not calling those foul calls on you, don't look for them. You know, it's like in baseball, Billy, a pitcher who says, hey, they're not making the calls on the outside corner. You can't keep throwing it there, right?
Yeah. Wow, the show's over already? That's got to be the fastest 2 hours of my life.
Well, you weren't even here for the first minute.
for the first 4 minutes. Yeah, this show was dedicated to my good friend, Gary Bondano. We'll be down at celebrating his life down at Gregory's today. Stop down. Say hi. Josh, tomorrow we're going to be on the mound with Tommy Green, brought to you by the John R. Elliott Hero Campaign for Designated Drivers. Tommy talks Phillies baseball. Sixers tomorrow, what, 3:30?
Sixers at tip-off at 3:30, pregame coverage at 3 p.m.
Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Josh and I will be back at it tomorrow. The intern Andrew Leeds is here. And hopefully it's going to be a happy Mother's Day for everybody. See you tomorrow.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Here's what you missed on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
I think it's a pick'em game, but this is to me where Doc as a coach and his staff, their money will be earned over the next 24 hours. Not when the game starts. How do you get the mindset of your team ready to go to battle in a 7th game? That's what's going to be most telling.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile